Posterity's sake. All right, gang, welcome to our Builder's Call. Sometimes I wonder if I put the word important Builder's Call today, if that makes any difference to anybody, as opposed to non-important Builder's Call. Oh, man. That's pretty funny, man. I cracked myself up like crazy. Who do we got on here? Okay, cool. All right, man. I know that some of y'all hanging around and hoping maybe to catch something, maybe just fear of missing out, fear of missing out on something big or important, which is really, one of the really major reasons is you don't know what you're going to miss on a webinar that would make all the difference in the world to you, or it would make a difference to where you're at right now. It's really strange, when you hear stories of people, particularly people that have considered committing suicide. I was at my daughter's graduation, my oldest daughter, Zoe, she's 24. And I remember at her graduation, there was one of the kids that was recognized for, one of the, like he was a class officer, right? And he just shared with everyone, I want to thank my friend, I forgot the guy's name, Brian. I want to thank my friend Brian for saving my life. And he proceeds to tell this story about how he was super depressed. This is, I think, when he was a freshman in high school, super depressed, and things were going right, just really in a state of despair, okay? I don't know if you guys can relate to being in a state of despair, but this, to the point where he wanted to kill himself. He had everything ready to go. I forgot the manner in which I think he was actually going to hang himself. Because he was set up in his garage, set up, ready to do it. I mean, just totally was going to do it. And out of the blue, before he walked up on the chair, his friend called him and just started talking, just say, hey man, I just want to see how you're doing. And you seem kind of down lately, and I just want to see how you're doing. And his friend did not tell him that he was going to kill himself, but he told his friend how he was feeling. And his friend said, look, tomorrow's a new day. He said what he needed to say. And his friend, the guy that was going to kill himself, answered the phone. And it almost didn't matter as much what the guy said, but that that he called to check in on his friend. And whatever he said, whatever he did, the guy said that it made him decide not to kill himself. Made him decide to hang on for just a little bit longer. And it's really crazy how that happens. And I believe it's a God thing. I think that God sends people in our lives when we need them the most. I think that and then when we are prompted to reach out to people, I think we are prompted to reach out to people because maybe we need to. Maybe we need it as much. Maybe we need to reach out to people to see how they're doing, so that we stop thinking about ourselves and stop thinking about what's wrong with me, and you start putting your eyes on other people and try to help someone else. And that's a pretty profound thing when you think about taking your eyes off yourself and looking to help other people, how all of a sudden your own personal problems and obstacles and that sort of thing diminish. God made us social creatures. He made us to love each other, to uplift each other, to be there for each other, and just clearly, clearly that's how he created us, to love him, to know him, to love him, and to serve him. And how do we serve him? By loving and serving each other, right? That's kind of the ultimate way that we love God, is to love him, acknowledge him, and then serve each other like they're Christ, Christ in every person. So what does it have to do? Well, you're here for a reason. Important builder's call. I don't know if more people will show up because I said the word important. But here you are. Here I am. I've been thinking about a lot of things. Been thinking about this thing we call the Alliance, the thing we call life in the Alliance, and what it is. What are we trying to accomplish? And then, are we accomplishing it the way that we ought to be, given the Alliance and the culture and the compensation system and everything that we have available to us? Are we really playing the right game? In other words, if you try to play the game of Monopoly using the rules to Risk, the game Risk, how successful would you be using the rule book for Risk to try to play Monopoly? Probably not going to be very successful, are you? Likewise, if you try to play Risk with the rule book of Monopoly, it doesn't match, does it? You're playing the wrong game. You're using the rules to the wrong game to play the game that you're supposed to win at, right? And I think too often we make so many assumptions that we're maximizing the opportunity because we think that if we put more effort in this area and that area, that it's going to, and I think of it this way, it's really, what I'm talking about really is game theory, right? Game theory. And game theory is about the game and how to maximize the game, how to maximize the winning incentive in a game, and what you need to do in order to do that. And it's, it's mathematical. There's all kinds of ways, for those of you that are, chess players, that in chess, you boil it down to a lot of different moves and different things that you ought to do, things that have been successful for the master grand champions or whatever. They really have maximized how to play that game. And the Alliance opportunity over the last 21 years that I've been in it has changed. The rules have changed, which means the game has changed, which means how we play the game ought to change with how the rules have changed. And that if we want to maximize where we're at here, we need to play the game properly. That makes sense. As opposed to try to play someone else's game, another IMO, another opportunity, not even in insurance, There's plenty of them out there. You can be a realtor, be in real estate. You can be, what other 100% commissions can you think of? Opportunities, property and casualty insurance. You could sell health insurance, right? There are so many different things. You can get into a multi-level marketing business. I could go back into the Amway business. I came from the Amway business. That Amway business was a very special business to me because it got me thinking about the idea of what was I looking for? When you think about multi-level marketing, why do people join network marketing organizations, right? Like, think about it. Think about, why do people join a business where you can build a hierarchy? Well, that's an insurance terminology. When you can build a pyramid, a legal pyramid, okay, not a illegal pyramid, but you build a massive organization of a lot of people doing a little bit, and then you get, a massive override on a lot of people, okay? And why do people, join? Why are multi-level marketing companies, Why did they recruit more people, way more than we do? I mean, honestly, if you take the entire insurance industry and compare it to the multi-level marketing industry, a multi-level marketing, man, 10 to 1, easily. 10 to 1 as far as compared to financial services recruiting versus multi-level marketing. And you and I and that are in financial services, you're like scratching your head going, why would someone get into a juice multi-level? Why would someone start an Amway business? Why would someone, buy soap for, $10 a box when it really costs, $3 at Kroger's? Well, why are people incentivized to join all these crazy businesses out there and out-recruit the financial services industry 10 to 1? I mean, that's fact. Well, because the people that get into multi-level, number one, they're not looking for a job. They're looking to flush their jobs. And I can only relate it to what I was looking for when I joined the Amway business back many moons ago. Certainly before life insurance. I was looking to get free from my job. I wanted to build a huge downline so that my opportunity to make income was decoupled from my personal time to create income, right? That I did not want to trade hours for dollars like in a job. I wanted to decouple that where I can leverage the work of many, where I made a little bit off many people, where that little bit ended up being a lot, enough to flush my job, enough to get freedom, right? When you look at multi-level marketing, that's what people get into it. They want the residual nature of the income. They want to be able to work, but have that work pay off over and over and over again. True residual income, where it keeps coming. You do the work once, you get paid for it over and over again. For those of you who've been in any kind of multi-level marketing organization, that's what people look for in network marketing. And make no mistake, by the way, that they're not, most good multi-level marketing organizations is based on people helping people. Me helping you make money, me helping you grow an organization so that I make money. But my purity of intent is to help you make money first. My purity of intent is to help you get started, to help you start your network, help you start your business, right? To help you start your juice business, your juice distribution business, or your vitamin distribution business, because you're a distributor. That's what most multi-level marketing companies call you. You're a distributor of product. Part of that product distribution is you purchasing the product and using it yourself, okay? I mean, it's an elegant concept. I mean, really, when you break it down, there's a lot to like about it. But the fruits of that kind of business is time and money. Being able to control your time and be able to make a lot of money beyond your own personal capacity to produce that money, okay? Right? Is everyone with me so far? Does that make sense? I mean, I think we've really established the premise of those kind of businesses. So what do people do in those businesses? They become great consumers of their own product because they believe in it. They believe in the vitamins. They believe in the benefits of the juice program. They believe in the soap because the soap rocks, and they believe in what they're doing, helping people. They believe in helping other people make money by doing what they're doing. They're not asking people to do anything more than what they're doing. They're asking people to be your own best customer, sell to 10 clients every month, and then let's find other people who want to do the same thing. And by everyone doing a little bit, we got a lot of, we got people making a lot of money and people hoping to make a lot of money, right? That's why people stay in those businesses, because they're either making a lot of money, or really honestly, if they're making money and they think they're going to make money, right? There's the only reason why people stay in any kind of multi-level business is because either making money or they believe they're going to make money, okay? So what does that have to do with the Alliance, Alex, and what we do? That's a great question. So I have the benefit of being in the business 21 years, being in the business from the beginning of the Alliance. And so let's examine why I jumped from multi-level, the Amway business, into insurance. Number one, I saw exactly the same benefits from the Amway multi-level marketing business to the insurance. I saw an opportunity to create a huge downline. I saw an opportunity to create ongoing residual income. We call it override income in the insurance business, right? Number two, you know, I saw the opportunity to get free from my job and to have control of my time and have control of my income, because the bigger I grew my group, the more income I would make, right? I saw the exact same things in this business. But why did I jump? Because 200 people in the Amway business, I had 200 people coming to major functions, which means I had, more than that using the product. 200 people coming to 4 major functions every quarter. Like in the Alliance, we have 2 major functions prior to COVID, NatCon and Family Reunion. One was in January, one was in July. In the Amway business, we went to 4 functions a year. Every quarter, we went to our next function. We started in January with Dream Night, and then spring leadership, and then summertime was Family Reunion, and then the fall was Free Enterprise Day, where we celebrate free enterprise. Wow, I'm surprised to even remember what those functions were called. I don't know if they're called that, but back in the day, that's what they were called. So imagine we went every 3 months, we're going to functions. In the Alliance, it's once every 6 months. But I was carrying 200 people to functions every function. That's how big my business got. I hit the Ruby level, but I was making about $75,000 to $80,000 a year. That's what Andy Albright was making. He was carrying the same number of people to functions. That's what's beautiful about that business, is it's very consistent. The numbers be the numbers. That's what I love about people businesses like multi-level marketing and the insurance business, is that it's a people business, and people in large numbers are mega predictable. That's the beauty of creating a large business, is that your business becomes super predictable. Your income becomes very stable and predictable, even though we're 100% commission. That's the beauty of building a business. So I got into this business because I had the opportunity, instead of making 75 grand a year, to make $1 million a year if I had 200 people writing business. And I did that. Made $1 million a year, and it was actually, it was probably less than 100 people writing business. 200 people, less than 200 people. I think that's it. I saw the opportunity to make more money with less people, right? It was more efficient. We didn't have to carry people to quarterly functions just to keep them motivated, keep in the business. Because the opportunity to create income on your own pen, writing business in insurance, was easy, man. Writing business was easy, in my opinion, But and so in the Amway business, most everyone had to work a job and build the Amway business on the side. What's really cool about insurance is that you can own your own job. You can be an insurance agent, make 100, 200 grand a year writing business yourself, and then hire other people to do the same thing, or do something, write whatever business. It didn't matter if you had enough people. I'm going to get to that idea. If you had enough people doing it, didn't matter what people did, because enough people would be doing it that the percentages would fall out. And I'm going to share with you the percentages. So that was the beauty of this business, being able to make way more money on less people. But the concept still remained the same. I got in it because the same incentive that I got into the Amway multi-level was the same things I was looking for with the insurance business, right? So over the years in the insurance business, so while I was able to create the kind of business I was able to create in the insurance business, there were structural issues in the insurance business. And one thing, the way just the insurance business didn't work like a multi-level. It's multi-level pay, but it didn't really work like a multi-level, which is, again, the thing that I liked about it, is that I did not have to hire you to sell insurance, like for me to sell insurance, okay? It was not that kind of multi-level, right? Because we marketed with our lead program. So I would hire agents to sell on our lead program, As opposed to multi-level, you hire people to get into their warm markets so they could create volume, okay? There was no lead program in multi-level in the Amway business. But in insurance, what was great is that there was a lead program. So people didn't have to talk to their family and friends. They didn't have to hire agents, because in true insurance multi-level, you hired agents to get into their warm markets so you can make sales, and that's how you're creating volume, right? Here in the Alliance, we didn't have to do that. But the structural problem is that if we, start you at a 55% commission rate, if I got started at 55% commission rate, I brought other people in, I had to get to 60 before I could override those people at a 60%. Then I'd make a 5% override if they're at a 55, okay? Problem is, because this is not a multi-level or an illegal pyramid, everyone has an opportunity to move up in spite of you, independent of you, because of promotion guidelines. So if you're at 60 and someone is 55, when they got to 60, you lost your override. Didn't mean you lost that person, but that person's always in your group, but you lost that override. And it's called commission creep. I remember back in the day, we had a lead like 13 deep, and just the way everyone was jammed up, we had to artificially promote people so they wouldn't get mad. And we gave up our spread, because in the insurance business, that's what happens. When someone moves up, you lose your spread, and so there are a lot of structural problems. Now, multi-level companies like Primerica, A.L. Williams, in order to move up to your manager's commission rate level, you had to give up your largest leg, okay? So in order for me to move up, I'd have to give up Lev and Tovich leg to Andy. Then I can move up, okay, to his commission rate level. And that's how they handled it. But a lot of people spent a lot of time working on that big, massive leg. It was just, it hurt income-wise. But because they're at a higher commission rate level, they made a bigger spread on the rest of their team, legs 2 through whatever, and they gave up their biggest leg. That's how they handle commission creep. Well, we always had that in the Alliance until we introduced 2 years ago, the Glow bonus. And so the Glow bonus was designed, actually there are 2 components with that. We dropped the comp level across the board for people writing business. We took that percentage and we used that as the Glow bonus. So we took that money and used it as a Glow bonus when people matched their upline's contract level at the 85. If you're 85 and someone's at an 80 and then they moved up to 85, then at that point at the 85% level, you get 8% on them. So you were at 5 override, they matched yours, you got 8% on them, right? And when that person got someone at 85, you'll get, 6%? I forgot the numbers, 6, and it goes down to 7 generations. So what happened was Andy introduced a real multi-level concept of never losing an override on your downline. It's really cool. But it had to be taken out of the overall comp program. So this is very analogous to paying $2 for a tube of toothpaste that costs $1 in multi-level. The money had to come from somewhere to pay multi-level bonuses. So typically what they do in multi-level is they charge more for the product, okay, that you were paying, that everyone was paying. They charge more for the soap, the toothpaste, all the consumables that people needed every day. They charge more for it, okay. But what you gave up on paying into that was you would get bonuses on your downline, to the point where all you had was needed was about 3 or 4 distributors, downline distributors, buying their average 300 points a month, to where then your products you got for free. So in a multi-level context, it was easy you could totally justify paying $2 for a $1 tube toothpaste, because you're incentivized to find 4 or 5 other distributors, or then your products, all the products you order from the company were free because your bonus covered what you were paying for it. So that's kind of the mentality, right? Well, in our business, the insurance business, we did the same thing, except we took the comp out of the sales program and then paid out in the glow bonuses. So he took care of the issue with commission creep, okay? Very important concept, because I'm going to share with you why that makes all the difference in the world. Now look, people can make a lot of money just selling with the Alliance, and that's kind of the other beauty of it, is that the Alliance isn't a multi-level marketing program, because we don't need to hire agents to get into their warm market to sell insurance. Okay, number one. Number two, we have a lead program that people can sell insurance. And then we have a comp program for producers that can move up. Like, for example, Megan Wood has my contract level. She's got a 120. She earned it purely by production. Okay, so there's an opportunity to make a lot of money selling insurance. Okay, make no mistake. However, I think the thing that we do not appreciate, and we do not build the business like this. Our business is probably the most advantageous compensation program for people that want to build agencies and hierarchies. There really isn't much else out there. I don't care, you come out with any other comp program, and no other program matches our program for building agencies and hierarchies. Because most of them suffer the problem with commission creep. Most of them have agents that get mad because their downline matches their contract or even goes past their contract level and they get nothing for it, right? Well, here, if that person hit 120 and you're still at 85, you're still going to make the 8% on that person, right? That's why this works. But when you look at what we're doing, we are not trying. We're playing the wrong game. A lot of us in the Alliance we're trying to play another IMO's game by, high comp levels and high comp programs, right? The problem with high comp programs is in order to make a razor thin override, you got to have a huge organization, okay? I don't know if I could draw this out. I'm gonna try to explain. And I don't want you to apologize for being in a program where we have an opportunity to create massive overrides. There we go. It's getting blurry. There we go. Okay. So all those companies, basically it's like this. Okay. They got a high comp, okay? But then, they got this guy that's that's at a 135, 135, 135, okay? And they really don't get anything in depth. They just got to build so that it's a flat triangle. And then when this person gets to 140, then the bonuses are discretionary. So if this person likes you, then they're going to pay you a bonus. If they don't like you, so this is where it gets very political up in here, right? And they're bringing on people at 130. So this guy, he might be doing, 35,000, but you're maybe getting only a 5% on him. So it's super flat. You got to really. It's a super flat pyramid. And it's harder to build a business like this because here's what they got to do. So this 130 guy, they got to artificially grow him an organization. They start putting people under him. They build this false depth idea. So they can build this guy up so they can maximize their 5%. And it's hard because this guy's doing nothing. This guy's doing nothing to do that. They're putting all this fake volume underneath them. And, if any of you guys have been experiencing multi-level, it's just not a way to build proper organization. Because here's what happens. They only do this for people at this level that do 40,000 a month of volume. Only to the top producers will they do this for. Why? Because the guy that does 40,000 a month that they do 40 appointments a week. Do you know how much they're working? And this is the same thing, 40 appointments a week. You dial Monday for Tuesday, Wednesday, and now Thursday for Friday, Saturday. You're booking 10 appointments, which is a 12-hour day, and maybe it takes you 8 hours on Monday and Thursday to book 10 appointments, okay? Right, so let's add up the hours. That's 48 plus 16. 6 plus 8 is what, 14, right? 4 or 5, that's 64 hours. They don't have time to build their business. That's why, so they want them to produce a lot, so they make their 5% override on them, and then they try to create volume by putting people underneath them to maximize that 5%, because that guy doesn't have time to do it on his own. So everything's, all the top producers, you know, let's say they're 135, are being propped up, and the only people being propped up are the top producers. The average Joe who does maybe 10,000 a month, there's nothing for that dude. So you see the problem with having a high comp organization where the percentages are really, really low. This is a full-timers organization, and a full-timer meaning that you're doing 40,000 a month. If you're doing 40,000 a month, God bless you. So what you need to do in this type of organization, the high comp organization, is necessarily finding high producers that you can override small amounts on. And I'll show you statistically that it's harder to find those top producers, because how many people are committed to doing 64 hours a week? Like even the Alliance, what percentage of people are, you know, willing to put in 64? Actually, it's like 64 to 80, because this, honestly, guys that are booking appointments for doing this mode, they're like 8 to 12, whatever it takes. It might take 12 hours. So they're literally on, you know, they're working 6 days a week, right? When I got into Amway, I didn't want to trade my day job for another job. Does that make sense? I didn't want to trade my day job for another job. I didn't want to trade my day job for an insurance job that I own for the rest of my life. I wanted to sell insurance because I wanted to be able to do it. I wanted to show my downline I could do it. I wanted to be able to teach. I wanted to have some amount of credibility, but I need to make the money. But my game plan had always been, I want to do this for a certain number of years until I could replace my job income with override income. So I always got in with the game plan to replace my sales income with override income by building an organization, right? It's a multi-level mentality applied to the insurance business. So going back to this, so you got these people out here that have to build these kind of business. So make no mistake, the high comp program is really, honestly, just another way of trading a job for another job. It's an insurance job. And you can say, you know, well, I want to make partner. Do you know those guys that are made partner had been with them for a long time? Anyway, again, they're only focused on finding high producers. All right. So then you got other FMOs out there. They'll give you a 140 contract, you know, or actually it's more like, you know, 110 or to 120, whatever it is. And then you're lone wolf. They don't support you. They don't help you. You really, these people that do this, they're just the high comp mode for themselves. They got to sell the rest of their life. 100% on their own selling. That's that model. Okay. They just sell, sell, sell. Sell, 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 sell. They got to get leads on their own. They don't get any help and support. They can get a large contract, but they got to go out and do it on their own. Again, it's another JOB, right? It's another JOB. They got another job, man. Again, I got into multi-level because I didn't want to have a job the rest of my life. Am I making sense to anybody? So this is not even a pyramid. This is a circle, which is you. And if you get sick, you can't work, you just turned off the faucet to your income. You just turn on the faucet to your income. If you get sick in those other high comp programs and you can't produce, but you got an organization, guess what? Their bonuses are discretionary, so they could say, you know, look, man, I appreciate you, love me, you have a great group, but you haven't really been producing much, so we're going to drop your bonus. We're only going to pay you so much. Again, it's a meritocracy, but it's a meritocracy based on how far up your nose is up to the big general agent butt. Okay, I never want to be in that program. That's how those programs work. Does that make sense? So the problem is people in the alliance are trying to play that high comp game. We'll never win that game because it's the wrong game. It's taking the risk rule book to try to play Monopoly. Am I making sense? We're playing the wrong game if we're trying to compete with those high comp programs. That's not our game. So, but Alex, you know, you make a lot more money over there. Only if we're willing to work 70, 80 hours a week the rest of your time and give up time with your family. Now, don't get me wrong, you do that here too. But our program's not designed for you to do that forever, because look at all the people who have done it. They have not been able to sustain it. They've not been able to sustain it long term, because you're going to eventually get tired of doing it. You're going to miss watching your kids grow up. Wasn't that the reason why you got into a business of your own anyway? Because you didn't want to miss those moments with your kids. But because you're working 70, 80 hours a week selling insurance, you're going to miss that time. And here's the problem with that is you're not building your business to get out of doing that forever. Now, even in the alliance, people start putting people under you just to keep you going, making you think that someday down the road. The only problem is you're such a high producer, no one can duplicate you. And statistically, you are not going to duplicate yourself statistically as a high producer, because you're going to find enough people that are willing to do that. Right? Here's what I always wanted to do. I wanted to have an isosceles triangle where you had a good combination of width and depth, and you're creating percentages, at least we know 7 deep. And then you did not have to be, if you didn't want to be, 40 appointments a week. You can find people that want to work part-time, full-time, whatever time. All are welcome here in the alliance. We're going to help you whatever it is you're trying to do. We're not going to ostracize you, push you over to the curb because you aren't committed. You are committed to 40 appointments a week. We only love the people that do 40 appointments a week. It's like, man, no, the game you're trying to play. That is all manipulation, honestly. You know, all that's manipulation. Try to manipulate people to do 40 appointments a week until we burn them out, or they go somewhere else to make, 10, 15 points more on their comp. And that's really what we do. The more you try to focus on the 3% that can do that, the more that you grow them up to do that. And then they realize, oh my God, I can make more money over there. So they go over there. What we did was we grew them up, and then so they can leave. Man, I value everybody who writes business in my organization. I want this type of business where everyone's welcome. We help everyone make money at whatever level they want to make, but we show them, you know what, do you really want to be selling insurance when you're 80 years old? What is your game plan? What is your exit strategy? What is your exit strategy? Get out of being full-time where all your income's on you. Remember the multi-level thing? The reason why we want to create multi-levels is we want to get free from our job, and we wanted to create income beyond our own personal capacity to create income. Just in case I got sick and couldn't work, I still had income coming in from my large hierarchy of agents that saw the same thing I saw, that wanted to build their business and wanted to sell insurance. And it perpetuates, and I created my lifetime retirement, right? I have an end in mind, which is creating a large business that will replace my sales income, so I'm not dependent on sales. I get rid of my insurance job, right? And everyone, the alliance is so scared. Oh my God, if we got people, wanting to flush your insurance scot, no one's going to make money. That is true, actually. If no one sells insurance, no one makes money, right? Likewise, in a multi-level marketing, if I didn't have 10 customers and I didn't order the products myself, no one makes money. So I have to do what I have to do so that my downline will duplicate me. Now, in our business, it's not me doing 40,000 a month, although if I wanted to, and then expecting everyone else to do 40,000 a month. I think a good baseline is if you did 10,000 issue paid a month, that to me, if you do 10,000 issue paid a month and you found other people that built their business and did a little bit part-time, because that's part-time, that's not 40 hours, that's not 40 hours a week. 10,000 a month is, you're probably looking at, maybe 40 hours a month to do 10,000, right? 10 hours a week. How many people have 10 hours a week part-time to put into their sales part of their business and then put the other 10, again, part-time, the other 10 into recruiting and building their agency, right? Of finding other people that see the vision of, I could do 10,000 a month and then I can use my other 10 hours to build my agency. You see how you can start perpetuating your business and using the advantage of the alliance, the infrastructure, our leads, our training, our culture, everything to glue, that's the glue to keep your business together. So you don't got to fly out to California to build your business. You recruit people all over the country. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me share some numbers with you. Okay, this is reality. Welcome to reality. I'm going to share with you reality. Why this game is a game worth playing and why the numbers are the numbers. Do not be deceived. Do not be fooled. I am going to share with you, and this will set you free. The truth, knowing the truth will set you free. Do you want to see my organization? Raw numbers. This is October. By the way, these percentages are very consistent from month to month to month. Why? Because people are predictable in large numbers. So what I did was I've got 133 true unique writing agents in the month of October. And this is all the month of October. And this is all the premium they did, issue paid, and app count. And what I took out was all the ad premiums, okay? So the ad premiums are a little bit false to understand the strength of an organization. What are ad premiums? It's the agent that sells an HMA and they get production credit every month for the next 12 months. It's someone who gets someone signed up on a monthly payment annuity, like you sign up with someone for $200 a month on an annuity, you get that $200 times 10% per month credit. And so the leaderboard is full of these ad premiums. Now that agent could have quit, but that ad premium still shows up over the next 12 months. So I didn't want to base this on false numbers. I wanted to base this on people selling life insurance, annuities, Medicare Advantage, Medicare Supplement, health products, all the products except for all the ad premium products. I didn't want to skew the numbers where it didn't make sense, okay? And so this is what I did and what I've done for years. You know the 20-80 rule where 20% produce 80% of the volume? It's not that way here. I actually have the exact numbers. And remember, I've done this for years. I know these numbers are crazy. And so what I did was I broke down the performance of my organization of 133 unique writing agents, and I broke it down here on the issue paid volume that they did, okay? So when you look at how many people did over 25,000 issue paid in a month, I have 3 people out of 133. How many people did 20 to 25? Now remember, it's like 20,000 to 24,999. Okay, so the upper end is, but I just want to make it easy for you to understand and visualize. So the upper end is always $1 less, really. So it's all mutually exclusive, in other words. And you can see the numbers count. I wanted to show you, how simple I did it. I looked over here at the issue paid premium, and I just counted how many people did that? So 20 to 25,000, I had 4. 15 to 20,000, I had 4 out of 133. 10 to 15,000, I had 6. 5,000 to 10,000, I had 17. And then below 5,000, I had 99 individual unique writing agents that wrote below 5,000. Okay? It's a pyramid. I call it the pyramid of ambition. Okay? And these numbers are Megan Wood. Okay? But it's funny, every month, these might be different people, but I will have the same relative percentages, and they're different people sometimes. Not everyone's consistent. Like the person that did, 14,000 this month of October might have been down here, did 5,000 the month before. And then they popped up. But it's funny because when someone pops up, another person pops down. It's powerful when you talk about the law of large numbers, and that's what we're talking about. Again, the premise, and it's a provable premise. I could write a book on this, and I should. Human beings are predictable in large numbers. That's why the multi-level concept, the idea, the power of it is based on a large number of agents. You're always going to draw override income on a larger number of agents than a smaller number of agents, right? And here's the beauty of it. The beauty of it is I know the numbers. I don't have to push anyone. I don't have to egg anyone on. I don't got to create any kind of negative incentive for someone to do 40,000 a month, because I only know that in this case, only 2% in my organization will do above 25,000. I already know the numbers. You tell me how many unique writing agents you have in your organization, I'll tell you exactly who's going to do what next month. Because these numbers, if you understand statistics, standard deviation on these numbers are tight. I'm talking tight, like 2.31% with a standard deviation of maybe 1%. In other words, it doesn't vary much up or down. The 76%, it might have a 3% standard deviation. Again, 90% of the values hover within 3% plus or minus of that 75%. Okay, so some of you nerds out there know what I'm talking about. For all you people that don't understand it, let me just say it simply. Numbers are very highly predictable, and they're consistent from month to month, year after year. I've been doing this for 21 years, and I've been measuring it. The truth will set you free. So why would I try to play the high comp game and only look for agents that could do 40,000 a month? Why would I want to do that? Because I'll be chasing 2.3% of the population of commissioned agents that could do this. You know how hard it is to find that? I'd rather find people. And when I find people and I can teach them how to write insurance, they fall into the categories themselves. I don't have to be the great leadership guru of all time to get them to do anything but what they're going to do. The beauty of it is you create an opportunity for people to grow if they want to grow and to not grow if they don't. And if I'm nice to them and I encourage them to plug in there and stick with us, they're going to do what they're going to do. But I don't have to get hung up on people not doing what they're not going to do, because I got so many other people doing what they're going to do. Do you see how it takes the pressure off you on recruiting? When you're playing the right game, the game is the game of numbers, not the game of, oh, I got to find me a 40,000. I'm only going to find good people, man. Alex, I'm only going to find good people. Oh, bro, please, God, you're playing the wrong game. You're not going to win here with that. And I dare say you're not going to win in a lot of other places. The only way you can win that if you're doing 40,000 a month in another organization. And then they'll give you people. Again, it's who you know and how far up your nose is up your upline's butt. Really, it's based on, totally based on subjective, how much they like you. Here, it's like what you do, man. What you do is what you do. Am I making sense so far? So now the 80-20 rule, you know what, do you guys want to know what it really is? And this is very consistent. So this is the percentage of unique writing agents that wrote this much volume. So 0.75% produced 11.12% of my total volume. Here it says 9% have produced about half the volume. So 9% produce half my total issue paid volume. So if you want to look at the 20/80 rule, here 20% of the agents produce 72% of the volume, or you can go 27% produce 80%. The numbers are the numbers. And it's always been like that, honestly. It's never been truly 20/80. We use 20/80 and we say that as a concept, the Pareto principle concept, but the actual facts are 20% produce 72%. But I think it's really telling when you say that 10%, 9% produce 50% of the volume, okay? Now, who am I looking for? I'm looking for everyone. I'm looking for all these different agents that do all these different things. And I'm going to find a Megan Wood. And I'm going to find this person down here. Who is this person? Dylan. I'm going to find Dylan. Only did 827.40 last month. God bless him. Because that is part of my 612,000 of life, Medicare. So I mean, again, I got rid of the other types of products. That's all we're talking about, man. Not a lot. And then all the averages are right here. The average premium per application is $732. Average premium issue paid per unique writing agent is $4,600. So you tell me how many unique writing agents at the end of the month, and I'll tell you exactly what your volume is going to be within probably $5,000. Is that pretty cool? The average issue paid per agent, 1.6. So I think October is actually a 5-week month when you count production. So let's decrement that and let's make it a little bit more realistic. So the average issue paid premium per unique writing agent per week is $920, right under 1,000. The average agent issues per week 1.3 applications per week. This is where it's predictable. You tell me you got 22 unique writing agents, I'll tell you exactly within dollars how much you're going to write, and I'll be able to tell you how many people did what. Okay, are you starting to understand the game we need to play? The game that we need to play in the Alliance is to find people and teach them how to sell insurance. And here's the other thing, to find people that want to build a business. Look, all are welcome in the Alliance. All are welcome. All are welcome here. But our advantage is the opportunity to build a business without worrying about commission creep, the opportunity to build a business that will get you out of the field sooner than later, to build a business that you're making overrides on renewals. So all the renewals that your agents and your downline are putting in place, you're making an override on that. Is that like incredible? It's an incredible concept if you understand the longevity of what you're trying to find, okay? So here's the issue, here's the problem. The problem is we're always looking for agents that want to sell insurance. I look for agents that want to sell insurance, but we are not finding the people that are the multi-level marketing people that want to get freedom from a job. We're not finding those people. And the problem with not finding those people is our business is a revolving door business because we hire more people than quit and we might grow a little bit. We need to find people that saw it the way I saw it. They came in because they didn't want to have an insurance job the rest of their career. They wanted to be able to sell insurance, make money, make great money, but then also work their way out of a job. And we need to find people that want to build a business. Does that make sense? It's pretty ludicrous when you think about it. We're trying to find slick ways for people to turn over a list of names so we can help them build their business, build their agencies. We're trying to squeeze lists out of people. Brother, sister, when I got in the Amway business, man, I put a list of 300 people. I knew why I wanted to get in the Amway business because I wanted to network market. I wanted to show this to all my warm market and find out who wanted to come with me and who didn't. I didn't care who said yes. I didn't care who said no. But I was sure as heck going to find some people on my warm market. My upline didn't have to pull names from me. how do I know that we're playing the wrong game? It's because we bring on agents and it's like, well, who do you know? Do you got anybody that can help us out? Well, I don't know anybody. Well, I don't want to show this to all of my friends because, you know, I just really don't want to take advantage of them. It's like, dude, did this business make sense to you? Well, yeah. Why did it make sense to you? Well, I saw an opportunity to sell insurance, make great money on my terms. I could do it part-time, and there's a lead program. Okay? So why are you taking that opportunity away from the people that you know? Why are you taking that opportunity away from people that you know? Why are you making that judgment for them? Can't they make that decision on their own? Well, yeah, blah, 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 whatever. It's like, okay, dude, whatever. I don't care. Let's go make some money. See, someone who gets in like me, and I created a pretty damn big business, came into it because I saw opportunity to build something for me and my family long-term, long damn term, right, by building and helping people make money in the insurance business. Okay, so it's not a pyramid where I take advantage of people. It's a responsibility to help people come in and help them make money, help them do what they need to do, and help them grow their agencies, right? Because I didn't want to enslave my agents to be insurance salespeople forever. Then all of a sudden they can no longer go out and sell insurance because they're sick, they've got disabled, they're too old, and now they don't have any income coming in because they failed to build an organization that would replace their income over time. Do you guys understand that concept? So, starting today, we're playing the right game. We're playing the game that the Alliance is optimized for, which is finding agents who want to sell insurance, but also finding agents that want to build a long-term business and not be in the field forever. And everyone doing a little bit. I want to find 40 appointment a week people, but I also want to find 20 appointment a week people. I also want to value the 10 appointment a week people, because that's where most of your volume's coming from. Gang, what'd you see? 3%? You should pay $25,000 and above? Come on, wake up, man. Smell the coffee. Wake up. And the danger with them doing that is if they're purely just running business, they're going to leave us. You can just grow them up so they can leave us. What keeps them here is a downline of agents that are doing $5,000 a month, $10,000 a month, $15,000 a month. They might find someone to do $30,000 a month. God bless them. That's great. But if that person left, they have 30 other agents doing everything else. That person leaving is no big deal. They weren't hardly making an override on them anyway. You know what I mean? Let's play the right game. Play the game that the Alliance was meant for, not trying to play it wrong. Game theory, man, game theory. I hope I made sense. That's why this is an important call, because it's a whole paradigm shift in how most people in the Alliance are trying to play this game. They're playing it wrong. Let's play it right. Let's go out and find people. Let's put a list of names together so I can call them on your behalf and see if we can build your agency. And then take advantage of our Facebook recruiting program. And by the way, some of my Facebook ads are going to change. There's going to be bigger emphasis on business building, building an agency, building large agencies for long-term residual override income, so no one has to be a slave, an insurance slave forever. We free them from the bondage of being 100% commission the rest of their lives. We give them an exit strategy so 3-4 years down the line, they don't have to sell insurance in the field unless they want to. Does that make sense? I know I might be alienating some of y'all out there, but I don't care. We're playing the game right now, and I got a game plan, by the way, for it. I got several things I've put in place that will make it a lot easier for us to think about it properly, okay, and not to be a slave to the insurance job, man. Not be a slave to the insurance job. All right, man. God bless you guys. I love you, man. I want this for you so bad. So bad. Anyway, rock on, man. God bless. Bye now.